Yo, what is up everyone? Welcome back to another video. I don't actually have specific things I want to be saying in this one, but there's some things I need to talk about and keep you guys all updated. Obviously my last video was uploaded yesterday, and it was recorded about a week before that, so it's a bit old, so I thought I'd give you guys a bit of refreshment, let you know how things are going, and so on. So, I'm not even sure what they're on Nofap, but recently I have been, I haven't relapsed, don't worry, but I have been looking at some kind of pretty much soft porn-esque stuff, and I edged a little bit, I'll be honest. But I didn't relapse, and obviously that was just a mistake. I was just on Instagram, I was scrolling through and I came across something and I kind of just gave in by accident and started looking at these things, and it was kind of just a stupid mistake, but it's not a big deal really. Obviously that happened. I didn't relapse. I was close. I wasn't close, but yeah, I mean, it was like, it's been the closest I've been since I've been on this whole journey. But I'm back on track now. I'm trying to focus up. I'm trying to focus on the true goals, and yeah, it's definitely not gonna be a problem, hopefully. But also, I want to talk about some other things, such as the whole situation with like the sort of anxiety I'm feeling. It's still a problem, but it's not as bad. The whole like attack, the whole like panic attack thing, that's only happened like twice. Well, obviously that happened the first time, fully, and then a couple of times I've been in conversations that I felt like I'm gonna like fucking die. I mean, that's obviously an exaggeration, but I felt like I was gonna, have this like panic attack. That's what I'm gonna call it, but yeah, that's what it felt like. So I kind of just tried to like end the conversation there, and it was quite an awkward situation. And I think I'm a bit scared of these situations, and I'm kind of scared to go into these long conversations, and I'm afraid, and that's why it's a problem. But to be honest, I really don't understand what this is and why this is happening to me. It's very strange, to say the least. I've been trying to put my finger on it. I mean, it could be a range of things. I mean, obviously, don't think that this is going to happen to you, because it might not. But I feel like I'm communicating with people that before I wouldn't really talk to, and I feel like I'm expressing myself in a complete different way, and I'm coming across to people in a much more open, genuine, like just a 100% pure self. And I think what this is it's just me not being ready and not really experiencing this, and actually there's some kind of complications. I personally think that if I just stick with this lifestyle, just stick it out, and we should be able to get over it. I mean, it's getting better by the days. I mean, I believe that this isn't going to last, and I'm going to sort of overcome this. And just like any kind of anxiety you experience, you sort of work your ways around it. This one is very specific, it's very strange. Like I said before, I've never experienced anything like this ever. It could be like some kind of like flatline reboot thing, but I've had it for the past couple of weeks. I did get back into gaming, which I'm taking a 6-week break, so I'm not going to play any games for 6 weeks, because that's just another waste of my time. I do eat a lot of shit food, like biscuits and shit like that. I just become a bit obsessed with that stuff. But I'm trying to like tone that down, obviously. I'm not going to cut it out completely, but just moderation. And yeah, I'm just taking things to the next level. I'm trying to better myself, trying to improve myself. And yeah, just Nofap as a whole is just definitely better. What was I going to say? I remember I was going to say something. I mean, thinking back to when I was in school, I used to masturbate every single day after school. I'd get on the bus. I think I've already told this story. I'd get on the bus and I'd literally just think about not having sex, but watching porn and beating off every single day. And I'll sit on the bus and I just think about this stuff. I wouldn't talk to anyone. I mean, I would talk to a few people. Obviously, I had sat next to this little, like, 12-year-old kid. I can't remember how old he was, but he was really annoying. And, yeah, he used to talk to me. He used to be he had ADHD, so he was quite, like, crazy, vibrant. I used to speak to him. I didn't really speak to anyone else on the bus. I never really spoke to any of the girls or anything. I always found those situations far too awkward, and I would never make conversation with them. And this is the thing I think that I'm getting into, is the fact that now I'm actually trying and getting into these conversations I've always been terribly afraid of, not realizing that I am afraid of it, and then for some reason maybe like my subconscious mind is like, holy shit, what are you doing? And it freaks out. I honestly don't know. Like, it's very, 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 very strange. Maybe it's like I'm here, or say I'm here with Nofap, and it's just taking me up here, but I'm not quite ready for it. It's very, very strange, but I personally think that it's for a good reason, and it's developing. It's me developing, because obviously you do Nofap for a month and you get the benefits. And I remember the first 10 days I did Nofap, I was on holiday, and I tell you what, mate, I was fucking, well, not the first 10 days, but the first time one of the times I was on Nofap, I was quite bad at it at some point. I kept relapsing. And this is one thing I want to mention quickly, is if you are relapsing and, you just keep going, like, just try and get to the next day, and relapsing is a good thing, because it teaches you, you're constantly going back to the low, and you'll end up just being like to yourself, this is shit. Like, you work it out, you're like, this is shit, remember it is shit, remember this moment is shit. And then go into Nofap just remembering that moment and just thinking, I don't want to be back in that place, I want to move on, I want to get to the next level. And that's what I learned to do. And then I just remembered, like, I know for a fact as soon as I finish, I'm going to feel terrible, and it's not going to benefit me whatsoever. So you learn that, and once you've got hold of that, it's going to outweigh everything else that you might be thinking in your head, even if you are seriously aroused and you just want to bust a nut. But back to the story of what I was saying. Shit, I can't remember where I was. Yeah, I'm just like engaging in these conversations with girls and shit, and the brain's just not ready for it. So, oh yeah, so obviously, like, with 1 or 10 days in, I remember I was on holiday and they were like calling people up to do these, like, they were dragging people up on stage to do this fucking acrobatic thing, and I remember being a bit like, usually those types of things would scare the fucking life out of me. And it's 2 holidays in a row they've done it. So, I was a bit ready, but at the same time I was like, don't fucking pick me. Anyway, the odds were stacked against me, and obviously this fucking dude picks me up and drags me up to the stage. I'm just like, oh, okay, whatever. And it wasn't really that much of a big deal. Like, it was good, and they made me do some, like, jumping rope thing, and like, I had to go into a press-up position, and they would, like, do the skipping rope thing, and I had to jump like that whilst on the ground. Anyway, so the guy was trying to, like, tell me what to do and shit, and the first 2 attempts I fucked it up, and then the third attempt I did about 5 in a row, and each time I did it, the crowd just went louder and louder and louder. Like, it was crazy. It was like it was crazy. Like, everyone was getting so hyped and shit, but they couldn't believe I was doing it. It wasn't that hard, to be fair, but it was pretty cool. And yeah, everyone was like high-fiving me, people I didn't even know and shit. It was pretty cool. But yeah, I wasn't really that anxious, and that was the moment where I started to sort of realize the true powers and benefits of Nofap, because I was just, on that whole holiday, I was just, every day I was just, going out to people, talking to people, doing all this crazy shit, because I had that massive energy drive. And yeah, it was crazy, it was great, and that was when I realised Nofap was so great. But back onto what I'm saying, now I'm about 6 months plus into this. It's on a different level, and when you get higher, Hayden Rose mentioned this, when you get higher in something, it's harder to get better. It's harder to get better at something the further you are into it, you know what I mean? So, you go for a phase of good progression, and then it gets to the point where you're at the highest level, and to get to that next level, it takes a lot more than what it did to get from there to there. So that's kind of what I feel like this is, and I feel like, you know, it's definitely a tough one. I mean, it's really, really hard to work out, but I'm trying to push through and fight through. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, with these sort of like anxiety attacks or whatever you want to call them, you gotta watch my last video. But in that, I didn't explain it perfectly, so let me just reiterate so you guys know what I'm talking about. So basically, whenever I'm in like a conversation or I'm talking to someone or something, I get this like massive feeling of sort of like, it's kind of, I can't really remember what it feels like for some reason, but it's sort of like you feel quite lightheaded. You sort of choke on your words. You're like, not like that, but you know what I mean. Like you're trying to talk and your voice sounds very weak and you sound a bit uneasy and you sound a bit nervous. Well, not a bit. You sound very fucking nervous, and it's noticeable as well. And I get quite hot and I get like my heart starts to beat quite fast and I start to shake a little bit. And that's never happened to me. I used to obviously feel, ever since I was, even when I was like really young, I used to feel quite, I used to get quite hot when I need to talk to people. As in like, you know, I'd start talking about something, I'd get quite uncomfortable, my back would get hot. And to talk to someone about something, it would take me a while to get into it, but once I'm in, I'm alright. But now it's a lot different. It's very much like, to even start a conversation, I might like not be able to say anything, or like, I don't know, you know, like it's hard to explain really. It really is hard to explain, but it's not good. Okay, it's bad, right? It's not good, but who knows? It could be for the best. I hope so. I hope it does pass. I don't think relapsing is gonna help. So I'm not gonna do that obviously, but we're definitely gonna stick with it and see what happens. As of lately, I haven't really been noticing much like attraction or shit like that. But I do feel like people are a lot more. They're less like, then you know, people like, this is what I experience a lot, is when people, they see you there and they don't really fully talk to you or fully engage in a conversation or fully like, they don't want to, they feel very reserved around you and they don't know what to say because they feel like they might offend you. And sometimes you don't feel yourself and you end up acting like an idiot around people because you don't really know, but you don't really know what to do. You feel uncomfortable, but you don't want to look like a dickhead, so you try and put on this fake ego persona thing, and it fucks you up. Well, I've noticed now that's completely gone, and I act very, very, very normal. So yeah. But overall, guys, I just want to say a real true thank you to everyone who's been commenting, leaving me your support, your feedback, everyone that's telling me that I'm helping them out and stuff. It is amazing to see you guys supporting me, and the views I get on these videos are crazy, so I'm going to try and keep them up. I just want to thank everyone so much, so take it easy, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Peace, my niggas.